David, did you see the new left back? Oh, he's good. He's good. Yeah, it was a bit of a risk. Scouts had never heard of him when I signed him, but it all worked out for the best. Yeah, true, mate. True, absolutely. And we see Wolves are interested in Cesar as well. And he's got a 10 million release fee. Oh, I can taste the money, mate. Yeah, no, I'm going to offer him out. No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Players love it when you offer them out. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Queen of the South on The Impossible Dream. It's Season 5, Episode 9 as we try and win the Champions League with our Scottish club. And today, two huge games in the league. The two teams that are there with us sort of second, third and fourth. It's Rangers and Hearts that we'll be facing. And well, the January window, it's deadline day in game and it was all going so well. Who left me unsupervised with this game, honestly? We've made some signings. We'll get to those in just a second. But as you can see here, the dressing room atmosphere has taken a little bit of a hit. And, well, we've got 22 players who agree with Cesar Augusto that I've treated him unfairly. In my defense, Wolves were interested in him. He's got a 10.5 million value. And I really wanted the 10.5 million for him. It's his minimum release fee. And where is it? There it is there for foreign clubs. I just thought it would happen, and it didn't. So he's unhappy, rightly so, to be honest. I mean, I've offered him around, and well, all his teammates seem to agree with him that, yeah, that I'm a dick, basically. And I mean, they've got a valid argument, don't they? So we've been in a better place, let's say. Now, as I said, we did make signings. We made two signings. Let's have a look at them. The first one was a free transfer. It was Kavadan Razayev. He is a Georgian international. Now, I had been looking at him for a little while. He is relatively highly rated. He's got good determination, and I just thought he was on a free that we didn't really have too much to lose. If he can develop, there's, you know, he can play. We can play a number of different positions. Realistically, I think he's going to be a midfielder, and we'll just kind of see what happens. Like I say, as a free transfer, you can't really go wrong. He's been playing in the Georgian First Division. I'm assuming if it's Dinamo Tbilisi, they're I think one of, if not the best team in Georgia, and he's been playing well. So we'll see what happens with him. If he doesn't work out, he doesn't work out. You know, not the end of the world. But the big signing, let's say the good signing, is this one, Mauricio Montano. Now, he is a model citizen left back. Now, I'll be completely honest here. I signed him and I couldn't see his attributes. The scouts kind of said that he was good, but I didn't know yet. They said he was kind of, you know, he was potentially a 5-star player. So we've been sort of bitten before where I've seen players like that and I've waited for us to scout them. And by the time that's happened, Manchester City, Chelsea, you know, Benfica, Porto, those sorts of clubs have come in and nicked players away from us. So I just thought, stuff it, except a word that starts with F. Let's just sign him and get it over and done with and get him in. And the fact he's a model citizen as well, he can play off both feet, which means he could easily become a right back or play right back for us as well. So it's just all looking very good. Now, we've paid 450 grand up front for him. It can potentially go up by 200 grand. I'll be honest, I forget what the conditions are. It'll probably be 50 games if we make Champions League, that sort of stuff. He has been playing in the Colombian First Division, and, you know, as an 18-year-old to already have played 3 seasons, that's not too bad. So the fact he hasn't played brilliantly doesn't really worry me that much, to be honest. So that is all good news, and like I say, it was a bit of a risk, but on this occasion, that risk has paid off for us. Now, we have sold a couple of players as well. Max Melbourne, we haven't actually sold Max Melbourne, but he's gone out on loan. Who has he gone out on loan to? Someone that's paying all his wages, $4 grand a week. I think it might be Lincoln, actually. His contract's up at the end of this season, so that's the last we'll see of him. And the other person we sold was Lee Farrell. We got him in, seeing what would become of him. The answer is nothing. He has gone off to Arbroath for $2 grand, essentially. So that is that. Now, one other minor thing to catch it. Well, it's not really that minor, but it is kind of in the sense of the game. If we go and have a look at facilities here, you'll see that our junior coaching is now excellent. The board has agreed to fund that, improve the funding of that. They still won't do youth recruitment. So we're in a weird situation where the junior coaching is brilliant, but we don't recruit anybody. We don't recruit crappy players, and you know, anyway, it is what it is. They just flat out refuse to improve youth recruitment for whatever reason that is, in all their wisdom. So that has happened since last episode as well. Now, also happening is 3 games to catch you up on. 2 in the Premiership, 1 in the Scottish Cup. The first game in the league was against Inverness. Let's see how it went. Irving gave us the lead. Bayless made it 2-0. And Walker made it 3. So this was actually a decent performance from us. I was surprised, to be honest, when I sort of watched it back. I was like, oh, all our goals were set pieces. But we did, I thought, play quite well. You can see the front 3, maybe we didn't cover themselves in glory, but midfield back was certainly good. And yeah, it was a solid performance, and we definitely deserved to win the game. Now the next one to catch you up on, again in the league, was against St Johnstone. We fell behind midway through the second half. But a wonderful team goal was finished by McPherson to take a point. So we deserved to win this one. It was a goal of the season contender, wasn't it? The one that we did score. It was absolutely brilliant team play. We missed a penalty through McGrath in the first half. It's the first time he's missed a penalty in what feels like a lifetime. And Davenport came off the bench and got himself stupidly sent off. When did he? I don't even know. It doesn't even say when he came on. It couldn't have been long because he doesn't even have a match rating. He's annoying me, but he's good. But he's annoying me. One more game to catch you up on. This was the cup game against Dundee United. McKenna got the only goal. So they had Superman in goal, and it was McKenna who got his head onto it. He didn't start the game. Hamilton had to go off with a minor injury. And after scoring against them, McKenna then went, and we're not going to be able to click on him, and he signed for Dundee United next season. So he will be off at the end of the season, which is absolutely fine. We needed to improve on him anyway. He's 27. So we needed an upgrade there, so I'm not too disappointed that he has left. Now, if we have a look at what all that means, we are now joint second. Goal difference is keeping us in second place with Rangers. Hearts, who we play first up, are 6 points back, so it doesn't take a genius to work out. If we lose to Hearts, then lose to Rangers, and Hearts could easily end this episode joint with us on 47 points. So it's important, 2 important games coming up here. And we have Wraith Rovers away from home in the next game of the Scottish Cup, the 5th round there. So let's have a look and see what we're doing here against Hearts. And we are expecting a 4-2-3-1 formation from them. And this is the team we're sending out. It's Eastwood in goal. It's Montano. It's Walker, who should be a ball player. That's a leftover from the last game, with Bernard and Freeman as the back 4. We have suspensions to Mitch Clark and Davenport. Mitch Clark was accumulation. Davenport, obviously, for lunging through the back of somebody. Bayless, McGrath, and Irving are in the midfield. Bermudez, who we've had a word to, his recent form has not got any better. And well, as I said, we had a word to him. Hopefully that will pick up. And it's going to be Shakir Omar and Lutzi going up top. Now, Lutzi's contract was up at Barcelona. We offered him a deal, and he rejected us and re-signed for Barcelona. So that was slightly disappointing, perhaps. All right, so we can see the team sheets there. Cameron Devlin is an Australian. I would love to get into the club, but I don't think it's going to happen. There's some good players in their team, so we need to take them seriously. And what do we want to say to this? Just play without pressure. You can see that Cesar Augusto is unsure. He's properly rattled, unfortunately, and it's one of the... If I'd got 10 million for him, though, we'd all be sitting here now high-fiving, wouldn't we? Hypothetically high-fiving, anyway, you know what I mean. But, yeah. I do kind of regret it. But anyway, he'll get over it. Surely he'll get over it, and we'll all be friends again at some point in the near future. Luizzi to McGrath, Shakir Omar to Bermudez. Here we go, Bermudez. Can he pick a pass for us? He goes himself, Bermudez. Well, we've seen him score from there this season already, haven't we? So we won't judge him too harshly for that. I'm trying to think what else I have to tell you. It is deadline day. I don't know if we're going to do too much more. One thing I was looking to do was to try and get a right winger in. I'm wondering, away from home, we've just been drawing a lot of games against teams that are, well, bottom half. We should be beating. And I'm wondering if what we should be doing in those games perhaps is look to go with wingers, and then we could stick Clockety up front as a target man and sort of get crosses into him. But we need, ideally, a right-sided winger to be able to do that. We have Smith, who can play down the left. Ooh, come on, boys. We've just about got away with that. I mean, we could look to use one of our fullbacks, or, you know, we could maybe look to use Lutzi or something as a winger, but he can't cross the ball. So I don't think anything's going to happen, if I'm completely honest, unless we get sort of one of those agent deals that kind of happens late on. Maybe something could still happen, but the fact we're at game time, that means we're going to lose 2 hours of deadline day. So it's unlikely anything's going to happen, but I will obviously keep you posted. Let's say a little disappointed. I'm disappointed we've had little possession so far. Things need to improve. Bermudez is demotivated. Can we get him back? There we go. And I wonder if we can change something tactically. I've been playing around with different things. Let's try that and see if it works for us. Give them some encouragement. It is one of these where I don't want to give up on second. This is basically what it comes down to. I don't want to give up on second. It would be wonderful to get into the Champions League, but realistically, it is probably we're trying to beat Hearts to third. And that being the case, just getting a draw here isn't the end of the world. Though, like I say, ideally, we'd like to do a little bit better than that. Can Freeman win that? No, not quite. Bayless, oh, we could have surely got a lunge in there somewhere. Or a foot in, I shouldn't say a lunge. Davenport's not playing, so it should be fine. Oh, they're in behind. Montano can't get a tackle in, but Eastwood watches it go wide. And Lutzi is looking tied now. This is not working, so let's lower this tempo down. I feel a little bit as though we're sort of in between, I don't say in between tactics, but in between what we're capable of, maybe. All right, 20 minutes to play. We're going to make some changes here. We're going to give a debut to Radzayev. We're going to make that change there. I think he could play as a deep liar. He's got decent passing, decent vision. So that's fine. We'll give him a chance to impress. With Montano coming in, Thompson now basically becomes a midfielder for us. The issue we might have is that Montano, I've signed him as an important player, and we've also signed McCallum as an important player. So the fact that Montano's has a right foot might mean that he ends up being a right back for us. But we'll wait and see what happens there. That's all absolutely fine. Let's put you on attack. And yeah, we'll go again. Irving's looking nervous. All right, so that's enough to make me say you can come off, and we'll get Thompson on. And I mean, it's not really been much in this game, has there? It's been, well, it looks a little bit like two bald men fighting over a comb. Radzayev, can he do something on debut? It is actually his debut, his first game, not just a YouTube debut like Montano. McGrath spreads it wide to Thompson. Lutzi's got space in front of him. Thompson feeds him into that space, and Lutzi has given us the lead. An 81st minute lead. It is a wonderful time to score the goal. Let's tell them to focus when we can to make sure we're not going to go and concede instantly. But a really, really nice goal. Thompson off the bench. Lutzi had, well, there was so much space, wasn't there, in front of him. And Thompson, he just had to feed him into it, and he did it perfectly. And we take a late lead in this one. Can we now go and see this out? This would be a massive, massive win in our season. Walker's not playing particularly well, but we just might need him to suck it up, because I don't know that a nervous Augusto on the... We're still not talking, so I don't think we want him coming off the bench. Let's do all this, close it down. That's all fine. And just go defensive. Please, boys, see this out for me. See this out for me. That's an important win, isn't it? That's a 9-point gap now, and we deserve that. We were much, much better second half. Once we changed things around a little bit, we were quite good there. So that's huge. So Rangers are yet to play. So it puts a little bit of pressure on them as well. You know, they've got to go and get that result now, but that gap to Hearts is it's a beautiful sight, isn't it? So Queen of the South in control as Hearts brushed aside. Razayev has made his debut, and that is all looking very nice. Luitzi putting his chance away superbly. And guys, wait right there. We will be back for Rangers. And if we can win that, then second place really does look like it's on, doesn't it? Okay, welcome back. Now, the window has officially closed. Now, the board has given us an increase in the percentage of transfer revenue retained of 80%. That changed that up and down, honestly. It'll probably be different by the time we get to March 1st, in all honesty. But for now, that's a very nice number. And as I said, the window has closed. That's a sort of review of our transfer window. Not too much. A couple of decent potentially ins and not too much in terms of outs. Scottish window, that's how it went. Celtic bought in thank Christ that guy left. But yeah, they brought in one player who looks fairly decent, doesn't he? So yeah, it's good to see them landing on their feet. Good old Celtic. But yeah, let's have a look and see what we're doing here against Rangers. And we're expecting a 4-2-3-1 formation from them. And this is the team that we are sending out. Now, I forgot to mention, I think, that Suljic is injured. About another 2 weeks away. So he is unavailable for this episode, but we'll be back in the near future. I'm looking at Bermudez and wondering if I can be bothered putting him in the side again, but we'll let him get the start. He'll come good, surely. So it's Eastwood in goal. It's McCallum, Walker, Bernard, and Clark as the back four. It's Bayliss, McGrath, Irving, Bermudez, Shakir, Omar, and the hero of Hearts, it's Lutzi. Alright, so we can see the team sheets there. Gattuso is the Rangers manager, if you'd missed that previously. Yeah, we played Rangers not that long ago, didn't we? So we know roughly what to get from. Pick up where you left off. I don't like that as a talk generally. Play a natural game, boys. That should be good enough for us. And I mean, that's all we can do, isn't it? Go out there, give it your best shot and see what happens. And here we go at Ibrox. Our recent away record is, well, it's lots of draws. And to be honest, I'll take a draw right now. But yeah, we'll see exactly what becomes of this. We've had a nice early shot on goal there, it looks like. One thing I have been looking at, I know a lot of you guys have been saying in the comments we need to look for an upgraded goalkeeper. I have been looking. The problem, there's a cross-in back post that's headed away. There are keepers that are marginally better than Eastwood. We have a two-part problem. There's guys that well, here you go. Bermudez is in. Bermudez, Omar Bermudez. Oh, he's running to the defender. Go away from them. Yeah, there's goalkeepers I think are particularly hard to get work permits for because there's only one per team, basically. So there's a couple of guys I found that it would have been good. Here we go with Luitzi. Threads it for Bayliss and Tom Bayliss. He is getting better and better and better this season. And in the 10th minute, he has given us the lead at Ibrox. Ibrox? I think I said it correctly. You know, I realised, and I honestly thought there was an N in there. I thought it was Ibrox. But after having the piss taken out of me for most of this series, I finally discovered, and it's taken me almost 40 years of my life to realise this, there is no N in Ibrox. It's just an X on the end. So there you go. What an idiot I can be. But we've taken the lead anyway, that's the main point. Now, I was saying about goalkeepers. Yeah, I find a couple of goalkeepers who would have been upgrades. There's another good ball through. Bayliss, I'm not quite sure. Luitzi got stuck in quicksand there, I think. Is he onside? If he's onside, it's a chance. But he's offside and the goalkeeper makes the save in any case. Yeah, so I found goalkeepers that would be an upgrade, but they're not going to get a work permit. And then the British keepers that I find, or the keepers that would get work permits, they're small upgrades on some aspects, but not in others. And I just don't think it's worth the transfer fee and the wages. So I am looking. Eastwood, I think, is just... And the thing is with Eastwood, and I don't like saying this during a game because he's almost certainly going to throw one in his own net. He is fairly solid for us. Certainly I don't look at him and think, oh, we desperately need to change our goalkeeper. Look at that. I mean, that's athleticism at its finest there. So I'm willing to be a little bit patient in looking for the right guy, and when they come along, we'll know it when we see it, and we'll get him in. There's another good ball. Bermudez is in this time. We are ripping them apart, and that's what Omar Bermudez can do. It's his 10th goal of the season. He's had almost, you'd go as far as to say, a shocking season, and that's his 10th goal. And we are 2-0 up at Ibrox. And is it McCallum with the ball through? That, I mean, he realises that we've brought somebody in to potentially replace him, and he's not having any of that. McCallum to Bermudez, perhaps the two guys in the team today with the most to prove, and, well, they've proved it there, haven't they? 2-0. Celtic are taking the lead against Hearts as well. That would be a good result for us. That would be a 12-point gap to Hearts if we can keep our side of the bargain up here. And at that point, you'd start and say, we're guaranteed top 3, but still a long way to go here. And Rangers are a good side, and they've pulled one back, have they? Eastwood, difficult one. You wouldn't necessarily blame him. Let's go back to positive as the horse bolts. It was a difficult ball to make a decision what to do with, and yeah, he's kind of half come, hasn't he? And was never going to get there. Maybe if he stays on his goal line, he can make a save there, but that's okay. Have we just woken the beast here, though? Clark against his former team, of course. Bayless, he wins that back magnificently. Bermudez, is he going to have one of his good days out? Shakir Omar to Bayless. Clark with a cross-field pass. Lewitzi's in. Lewitzi with a first-time finish. And Fabian Lutzi with a 12th of the season. And we've restored our 2-goal lead. It feels like instantly. And, well, Clark against his former team has he's put a nice ball in there, hasn't he? How close was it to offside? Not even close. And goalkeeper in absolute no man's land. And to be fair, I mean, it wasn't in the corner, was it? Could he have done a little bit better there? Not our problem. And we had 2 goals up again. And can we now get into half-time with that lead? That would be a wonderful thing. Clark, has he got a knock? Why is he looking so tired? We've got a corner to defend. It's almost the end. Oh, I thought that was in. And I think, for once, a post has come to our rescue there. And there we go. 3-1 at the break it is. Clark, I'm a little bit confused as to exactly what's happened. I didn't see... we want to say nothing to lose. No pressure. Let's continue with the no pressure. Yeah, Clark is particularly tied. And I'm not sure why. Now, we do have... I mean, Montano should be... I mean, he can play... He's both feet are equal, so there's nothing stopping him from being a right back. And it is something we'll probably look to do as we move on. Now, McCallum can play both sides as well. Though I think, and I'll double check this, I think he is left-footed, which is why we want him over there on the left. And here we go. He must be left-footed because he's always whipping the cross in with his left foot, isn't he? He uses his right foot there just to prove me wrong. There's a left-footed cross. Shakir Omar has hit the post. That one a little bit less frustrating because it was a long way out and a header. But Clark, here we go. Can he whip a nice low cross in? He goes back to Bayless. Oh, is that a penalty, ref? It looked a decent challenge from Kamara, I'll be honest there. Now, where are we here? McCallum. Yeah, no, he is just left-footed. So that's... There never ended up being a bid for McCallum coming in. There was interest from Brentford before the window, but that never materialised into anything. And that was probably one of the main reasons why I went to... Oh, good save from Eastwood. Why I went to get Montano as well was because I was expecting a bid to come in for McCallum. But you can never have too many good players, and we've got 2 good left-backs. And remember I said when I signed Thompson that he will very easily just slip into midfield for us. So I figured at some point we would get a better left-back in. Speaking of Thompson, actually, you can come on for Irving, who's not having a great game. So that works absolutely fine now. And Goss, who is a little bit on the outer anyway, he doesn't want to play as a left-sided Mazzella, so it's good to get Thompson in, and he puts it over the bar. Bernard only playing a 6-3 and on a booking. We have Hamilton on the bench, so maybe we might look to do that. And if this isn't convincing, by the way, Bernard, that we're in a title race, 3-1 away to Rangers, then I don't know what will. I mean, we're not going to catch Celtic, and that's the thing. Is this good enough for Bernard, or is he going to say, yeah, this is all well and good, but I wanted a title challenge? I'm never really sure if to be in a title challenge, if you're in the sort of the top 2 or 3, have you challenged for the title? Have you got to be within so many points of first for it to be considered a title challenge? I'm not quite sure what is considered. a title challenge. But we have come to Rangers and we have absolutely destroyed them. Even though they won on XG, that doesn't matter. But that was good, wasn't it? Really, really good. Some good goals as well in there. And yeah, nobody gave us a chance. Well done, boys. Okay, so Celtic did end up beating Hearts, so that is 12 points we're ahead of them. We are 3 points, though, ahead of Rangers, and the goal difference looks nice as well. Celtic, of course, they're long gone off in the distance. They'll be crowned champions sooner rather than later. Clark did very, very well against his former team. And, well, there we go. That will just about do it for today. If you have enjoyed that, make sure you hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. We're just the 14 points off Celtic, but if we can get second this season, that would be magnificent, wouldn't it? Guys, we will be back next episode away from home to get that win. You can see what I mean about just silly 1-1 draws away from home. You know, if it wasn't a 4-4 there against Motherwell, but we haven't actually won. That's the first game we've won away from home in a long, long time. When was the last time we won away from home? Up here against Hearts. So it's double good as well on that front. But yeah, if we hadn't dropped silly points, but that's beside. I'm getting sidetracked here, aren't I? We will be back next time for European football. It'll be Rapid Vienna, home and away. We'll do both legs of that. I'll play through the St Mirren game in between. Wraith Rovers in the Cup. If we get back to sort of an old firm team, or maybe when we get to Hampden, we'll start and take that a little bit more seriously. But there we go. European football up next. We've won both the games we had to win today. Third in the league looks a given. Second looks a real possibility. Take care.